Hello gamers from around the world, this is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany, with a video on the latest details from Xbox about the Bethesda deal. Last year, on September 21st, Microsoft announced that they intend to acquire ZeniMax/Bethesda and all their 8 studios with all their IPs. This announcement was landscape shifting in the gaming industry because overnight the Xbox first-party portfolio grew up to 23 studios. But this deal was not officially released yet. Last year Microsoft only signed a letter of intent to acquire Bethesda, and after almost half a year of a lot of legal work, the US government and the EU officially approved the acquisition, and starting as of March 9th, Microsoft is legally allowed to talk about their plans with their newly acquired studios, and they can start to work as one business unit. And the big question in the gaming community was, ever since the announcement in September 2020, will the Bethesda games become Xbox ecosystem exclusives after they join the Xbox Game Studios? And on this Tuesday, head of Xbox Phil Spencer wrote an article on Xbox Wire detailing their plans going forward, at least kinda, cause we will discuss why the announcement was kinda vague. And also Pete Hines, Senior Vice President of PR and Marketing at Bethesda, wrote a little blog entry on the Bethesda site. We will also talk about the information coming from that article. But before we discuss what exactly has been announced, I want to ask you for a favor. If you watch this video and end up enjoying yourself, then please consider to hit the like and subscribe button and maybe even turn on the notification bell to not miss out on future content. This doesn't cost you anything, but it helps my channel more than you think, and I would really appreciate your support. But now let's dive into what Phil Spencer had to say on the Bethesda acquisition. Of course, as always, you can find the link to the full article in the description below. But now let's hear from the ex-boss himself. Now that everything is official, we can begin working together to deliver more great games to everyone. Our goal is to give these teams the best foundation for doing their greatest work and to learn from them as we continue to build Xbox into an inclusive platform for all players. So far so good. That's exactly what we have been expecting. The Xbox Studios and Bethesda Studios will work together as one unit from now on, sharing technology and ideas, and Bethesda will have more resources than they have ever had before. We will get to that later when we talk about Pete Hines' statement on Bethesda joining Xbox. Now let's hear what Phil Spencer had to say about exclusivity of the Bethesda games. This is the next step in building an industry-leading first-party studios team, a commitment we have to our Xbox community. With the addition of the Bethesda creative teams, gamers should know that Xbox consoles, PC and Game Pass will be the best place to experience new Bethesda games, including some new titles in the future that will be exclusive to Xbox and PC players. So there you have it. Like I said in the intro of this video, this statement is vague because he only talks about some new titles being exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. Does that mean that all unannounced games are the new games that are exclusive? Are they only talking about new IPs that are yet to be announced? Is Wolfenstein 3, for instance, a new game? I don't know about you, but I would have expected Microsoft to be more clear in their messaging, because you can argue either for the position of the games being exclusive or for the position for them to remain multi-platform titles. But I actually want this discussion to be over. For those who follow my channel know that I have always been saying that I expect that all the games as a service titles like Fallout 76 or Elder Scrolls Online will remain multi-platform titles, and all other games like the next Elder Scrolls game, like the next Fallout game, Wolfenstein, Doom and so on, those kind of games will become Xbox ecosystem exclusives. Anyhow, maybe I'm wrong with my expectation, but I would have thought that they put an end to this discussion, even if that means that I'm wrong, because I don't want with every new game announcement the same discussion of exclusivity in the gaming community. And let me be clear, this vague messaging from Xbox is really not what they have promised us. Actually, Microsoft has always been proud about them being transparent and open to their fan base and customer base, but with this statement they leave all doors open. Now I get the point that Microsoft doesn't want to nail all their strategy down for the next couple of years, and that they want to be flexible in a couple of years and not block with some messaging right now their future plans in gaming. However, for us gamers, I think it would be better to have a clear statement for their plan of exclusivity in the future, because it's so obvious that a clear roadmap of what you can expect if you invest into the ecosystem makes sense for undecided gamers if they want to join the Xbox family or not. Okay, but let's continue and hear what else Phil Spencer had to say in his statement on the Bethesda Bethesda acquisition. As we shared previously, it's vitally important that Bethesda continues making games the way it always has. We look forward to empowering Bethesda's creative teams to reach even more players around the world, helping make future Bethesda titles the biggest and most popular games in their history. Okay, this is basically the confirmation that they will leave Bethesda alone and let them make the games they want to, just with bigger funding, which is awesome to hear. And in the same vein, Bethesda's Pete Hines argumented in his article on the acquisition. He wrote, "First, let me say that we are not making any landmark announcements or changes right now. As we've all shared, the expectation is that Bethesda Softworks and our studios will continue as we have in the past, just with more support and resources than we have ever had before. Obviously, Game Pass has been an important initiative for Xbox and will be working on putting even more of our games into Game Pass than ever before." Okay, great words to hear. Bethesda will support Game Pass, resources will be shared with the Bethesda studios, and that goes both ways, by the way. Because actually Bethesda is also bringing a lot of technology into the Xbox realm. For instance, the id engine that powers games like Doom. This engine is one of the most advanced engines out there, and now all Xbox studios can use and share the technology. So I expect good things to happen in the next couple of years. But like I said earlier, the big question about exclusivity remains unanswered and leaves a lot of room for more speculations in the community. The good news is though that by the end of this week we will get more Bethesda games into Game Pass, and since they have not announced by Tuesday which games that will be, the hope remains that another piece of information will come later this week, and maybe we will get more clarification about what to expect from the deal and if that rumored March event from Xbox is actually happening. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and consider sharing this out to other gamers. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the vague statement from Xbox on the exclusivity of Bethesda games? Do you think the games will become Xbox exclusives? And besides here on YouTube, you can also hit me up on Twitter, where I share a lot of opinions and gaming discussions. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time, and game on!